You just got too much stuff, but throwing things away feels hard. How do you decide what can go and what should stay? In today's video, I'm not only sharing simple methods and psychological tricks to make decluttering easier. We'll also talk about why it's so hard to let go in the first place and how to avoid the trap many people fall into when it comes to getting rid of things. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmine and I'm a singer-songwriter. I've been living a minimalist lifestyle for more than 6 years now. As a minimalist, regular decluttering, including throwing things away, is pretty much daily business. Does that mean it's always easy for me? Not at all. But I do know quite a few tricks that can help you make letting go easier. Before we get into the hacks, let's take a look at why decluttering can be so difficult. Why it's hard to let go. There are many reasons why throwing things away isn't always easy. Sometimes we see our belongings as status symbols. And who wants to let go of a status symbol and live on less? Sometimes we attach memories to our possessions. The things we own can hold sentimental value. In fact, studies have shown we often overvalue the things we own. We think they're worth more than they actually are. Letting go might also mean admitting we made a bad purchase. And who likes to admit they made a mistake? So, as you can see, there are many reasons why letting go isn't simple. The good news is, just like many other things, it's something you can practice and get better at. Before I show you how to make it easier in the future, let's ask, why should you throw things away at all? That's an essential question. Because if you don't see the point, why should you even bother? Why at all? Everything you own owns you too. Sounds silly? Too esoteric? I used to think that too. Until I realized it's true. Everything you own has to be stored, tidied up and kept clean. And that means your things cost you not only time, but also money. Because you need space and furniture to keep them. So yes, it absolutely makes sense to let go of things you no longer need. In just a moment, I'll tell you about the trap you can fall into while decluttering. But first, let's keep it simple and warm up with the first tip. Decluttering Light. Throwing away always sounds so harsh and not very sustainable, right? That's why you can make it easier on yourself by choosing a softer version of letting go. Instead of tossing your stuff in the trash, you can give it away, donate it, or sell it. When you give or donate, you instantly feel like you're doing something good. And if you sell, the money makes the goodbye a little easier. Another option, start slow and pick up speed once you get into the flow. For example, I recently tackled my underwear and sock drawer. I began with mismatched socks and tights with holes. Once I got into the groove, I let go of underwear I hadn't worn in years. Boom, more space and order. But what's the trap you can fall into when decluttering? Do you know the thought, maybe I'll need this someday? That one tends to show up when we are not really ready to let go. In most cases, though, it's nonsense, and you really don't need that stuff anymore. So don't let yourself get distracted. Did you know that many people experience a surprising emotion after getting rid of things? Before we get into that, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything in the future, and together we'll simplify your life. So, what is the feeling that many people experience after decluttering? One they usually don't expect. It's happened to me many times, even before I embraced minimalism. The feeling is, you'll hardly believe it, relief. Relief from no longer having to take care of something, feeling freer. Often, we don't even realize how much our possessions occupy our minds on a subconscious level. In just a moment, I'll share more psychological tricks that will help you let go more easily. But first, how do you actually decide what can stay and what needs to go? There's a clever trick that works for almost everything, and we're going to talk about it now. 90-day rule. Are you unsure whether you still need something? Then try the 90-day rule. If you haven't used the item in the last 90 days and won't use it in the next 90, then it probably needs to go. This works for almost everything, except for Christmas decoration in the summer. Now, let's move on to a few psychological tricks that will make decluttering and letting go much easier. One of my favorite tips is this: maybe box. If you're not sure whether you still need something, or if letting go feels hard, you can trick yourself a bit. Put the item in question somewhere else. It can be a box, but it doesn't have to be. It could also be a specific area in your home. What matters is that the item is no longer in the usual place. This sends a signal to yourself that the item might no longer be essential. Leave it in the new spot for a few weeks. Then take another look. Chances are you'll realize you haven't needed it, and you didn't miss it either, and that will make it much easier to let go. 5-minute rule. Set yourself a time limit, a short one, let's say 5 minutes, and in those 5 minutes, throw out a few things. This tip works under the motto, just close your eyes and go for it. Because of the time pressure, you're forced to make quick decisions. And if you take the trash out right away, there's pretty much no turning back. I've used this trick many times when I struggle to let go, and it has always worked brilliantly. Another thing you can do is imagine you've already thrown the item away. How does that feel? Do you feel relieved? Or do you actually miss it? That alone can help you make the decision more easily. In general, there is one thing I can tell you with full confidence. Letting go is something you can truly learn and practice. I declutter at least 3 items every week. That's why it has become much easier for me over time. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. It gets easier with practice. By the way, minimalism isn't about getting rid of everything. It's about keeping only the things that make you happy or that you truly need. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and most importantly, come back next time. I'd love to see you again. Until then, all the best, Jasmine.